Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Okay. So this is going to be the last video I make on this topic because we got a final verdict. We know the answer once and for all. And if you still disagree after this, So I have made numerous videos talking about using third-party apps or websites on Poshmark. I will link all those videos down below. You should definitely go watch those before you watch this video. I have sent Poshmark numerous emails asking them if we are allowed to use third-party apps or websites. And it's been like conflicting back and forth responses that I've gotten. And finally, not last night, the night before, I emailed them and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to get another answer. Basically, I emailed them. I said I need some clarification once and for all. I asked them specifically about List Perfectly and about Seller Insight. Those are two apps, websites. Seller Insight, I don't think is a website, it's an app. They're two third-party services, which, by the way, hold on, let's just talk about third-party for a second because it's funny. Makes me laugh. Back when this whole thing started, List Perfectly claimed that they were not a third-party app. They sent me a DM that specifically said, we are not a third-party app. And they made an Instagram post that said, we are not a third-party app. And now, if you go to the List Perfectly website, they acknowledge that they are a third-party app. So I just thought that that was kind of funny. So anyway, I specifically asked Poshmark about List Perfectly and Seller Insight, and I explained what they do. And they replied back to me yesterday. They said, thank you for reaching out to us. We completely understand your frustration and we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience. Unfortunately, we are not familiar with List Perfectly or Seller Insight products. Therefore, we cannot specify these services. So I've gotten that response before. And I kind of laugh because there are a lot of resellers in the Poshmark community saying that, oh, List Perfectly is allowed because List Perfectly and Poshmark are like best friends. They have a relationship. They were a sponsor at PoshFest. First of all, they were never a sponsor at PoshFest. Never a sponsor at PoshFest. They sponsored this year the pre-party, which Poshmark had nothing to do with. That was all Brad and John from the Posh Kings. That was all they're doing. So they were a sponsor for that. And then, I don't know, it's kind of still up in the air if they were invited to PoshFest 2 years ago or if they just went to PoshFest. But they were never a sponsor. Yeah, everyone claiming that they have like such a great relationship. Poshmark's like, List Perfectly who? Basically, in multiple emails. This isn't the first, like I said, response that I've gotten back like that. Okay, so then they go on to say, this is yesterday's response, by the way, not today's. Then they go on to say, we can share that per our terms of service, we ask that users, and this is straight from the terms of service, I'll link it down below. In connection with your use of the service, you shall not engage or use in any data mining, robots, scrapping, or similar data gathering or extraction methods. If List Perfectly and Seller Insight use those methods, they would not be allowed on Poshmark. And I've gotten that response before as well. I just replied back and I said, in my email, I explained what the apps were. Can you please direct me to someone who can give me a definite answer? And then this morning, this is what they said, guys. And it doesn't get any more clearer than this. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you for getting back to us. At this time, Poshmark does not support or condone the use of third-party apps on our platform. We kindly ask that you refrain from using them. Hope this clarifies things. How does that not clarify things? We kindly ask that you refrain from using them. Okay, yeah, they didn't flat out say like, oh, it violates our terms of service, but it does. And I know because they didn't say that, there's still gonna be people like, Vanessa, they just don't want you to use it. It's not against their rules. They just don't want you to use it. I'm holding a friggin' nail polish remover bottle. Yeah, I know, unfortunately, there's still going to be people that are like, oh, no, you can still use it. They just don't want you to use it. You know, it's not against it. They just say they're not responsible for it. And they do, it says that in their terms. It says, you know, they're not responsible. Actually, hold on. I got an EDM from Becky Park. So I was directed, like a bunch of you guys sent me messages on Instagram telling me to go check out Becky Park's videos because she talked about List Perfectly and Seller Insight recently in her videos. And it's kind of shitty that some of you guys, I think that were my subscribers first, went over to her channel and you guys were like being really rude to her and bashing her, and that just wasn't cool. Like, don't fucking do that. You can be mature. Like, if you disagree with someone, you can convey your opinion without being an asshole. And there were a lot of people being assholes to her. And I know I told this to you already, Becky, but I'm sorry. Like, I feel like I'm somewhat responsible for that because they came from my channel. Yeah, so Becky sent me a screenshot of the terms and service under third-party websites. You further acknowledge and agree that Poshmark shall not be responsible or liable, directly or indirectly, for any damage or loss caused or alleged to be caused by or in connection with the use of or reliance on any content, event, goods, or services available on or through any such site or resource. Any dealings you have with third parties found while using the service are between you and the third party, and you agree that Poshmark is not liable for any loss or claim that you may have against any such third party. So basically it's saying Poshmark is not reliable for anything that happens when you connect your account to a third-party app. But in the email, it says, we kindly ask you not to use them. Like, how and again, there's going to be people that say, oh, well, you know, again, it's not against the rules. They just don't want you to use it. It doesn't say it in the rules. It doesn't say it in the rules. But we kindly ask that you don't use them. How is that not, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like the ones that are still fighting this are going to be the ones that, like, commit a crime and, like, try to find a legal loophole. Like, oh, well, I was forced to commit this crime. Like, you know, obviously it's a little extreme, but, you know, people are just dissecting this and just, I don't know why. I mean, well, I kind of do know why. I mean, these are great services to use. They are time saving, which, hello. What, baby? See? That was actually a perfect example. I need something that saves time. Like, my time is very valuable. And if I could use a service that would save me time, like, yes, absolutely. If it's gonna risk my closet being shut down, it's not worth it. One of you guys sent me a DM on Instagram and told me to go check out Rainy Day Shopper on YouTube. I'll link her video down below. But basically, she made a video this morning talking about how, what's the name of the video? Where is it? Trapped in Poshmark prison. And she was talking about how she was cross-listing and all of a sudden her account was, like, suspended. All of her listings disappeared. She doesn't know what happened. And guys, it's because Poshmark is cracking down on shit. You know, like, all you people that think you're above, they're never gonna catch me. I make them so much money. Like, fuck that mentality. That's so, it's gross. Like, they should be kissing my ass. Like, no, sit down. So yeah, basically she was cross-listing, and I'll link the video down below. You guys can watch it. But 32, she had like 3,200 listings and they disappeared and she doesn't know what was going on. And the comments, people have said that this happened to them. This person said, this has happened to me a few weeks ago. I'm using Vendu at the moment. I messaged them and they swear Poshmark knows about them. Like, Poshmark doesn't. Obviously, guys, obviously Vendu and List Perfectly aren't going to be like, shit, you're right. We are against Poshmark terms of service, because they're going to lose so many customers. You think these businesses are going to admit that they're against it? They're not. Like, hello, they're not, because they're going to lose a lot of customers. So yeah, they're going to claim, you know, up and down, oh no, we're compliant, like, just like List Perfectly. We're not a third-party app. Then like a couple weeks later, we are a third-party app. Like, this person's comment said, I'm using Vendu at the moment. I messaged them and they swear Poshmark knows about them, and over 15,000 people have used their service without an issue. I mean, it's still at your own risk. Like, okay, there are, as with everything, you can do lots of things without getting caught. You could kill someone without getting caught. Like, obviously extreme, but you know, you can do lots of things without getting caught. You can violate Poshmark terms of service without getting caught, but it's just a matter of time. You will. Like, it'll catch up to you. Karma. So again, it's the Poshmark does not condone the use of third-party apps or platforms. We kindly ask that you refrain from using them. For me. What is that quote even from? Like, people are like, it's the something for me. I'm so old. I don't know what it's from. It's like super trendy now. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. Again, there's still going to be people that argue it. These services save them a lot of time, yes. But there are other ways to go about it. You can hire a virtual assistant, like a real person, to do this for you. It's a shame that there are bigger resellers that will still continue to promote these services and tell people about it. See, that's the thing. Like, people are like, Vanessa, why do you care? Why do you care? And it's like, I don't care. I don't care what you do with your business. Like, go for it. That's your own shit. But just don't spread false information and potentially put other people at risk of losing their closets. Like, don't do shit like that just because you have a sponsorship with them. That's the biggest issue that I have. You know, if you want to use these services, continue to use these services. If you really think in your head that it's okay after the proof, like, I don't understand that. And go ahead and continue to use it, but don't go spreading false information to innocent people that, you know, will believe you because you're, you know, a bigger reseller. And again, it's not the fact that I think that these are like bad websites. Like, obviously, yes, they save time. It would be great if we could use them. It's just the fact that Poshmark doesn't want us using them, and I'm not going to be a fucking asshole and use them because I think I'm high and mighty and I make Poshmark so much money and, oh, this is how it should be because it's like this on other platforms. So it should be like this on Poshmark too. Like, that is, again, people compare Poshmark to eBay. It's like not even close, not even close. Like, you can't do that. Honestly, what I think is going to happen is they're going to update their terms of service, because I noticed that they did. They updated, oh man, I'd have to go back and read all that mumbo jumbo, but there was something that has been updated since August, because August is when this first happened, when I first started making videos about this. And I remember reading it back then, and I read it again last night or the night before, and I was like, wow, this wasn't in there a couple months ago. So I guarantee they're going to change that soon. Mark my words. And if you still, after watching all these videos, misconstrue my reasoning for making these videos, just get off my channel. Because again, I don't care. I don't care what you do in your reselling business. What I care about is the community and false information being spread throughout the community. I don't like seeing bigger resellers tell these new impressionable resellers that you can do this when you can't. It's possible to have an adult conversation without being an asshole. So if you can do that in the comments, go for it. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video.